Betty, the aftermath of last week's bombing and subsequent manhunt certainly raised several questions from the legal to the political. No shortage of complicated issues made even more difficult, of course, given the tragedy involved. Now, one issue that everyone is talking about is the fact that Tsarnaev's Miranda rights so far have been revoked. His rights have not been read to him under the public safety exception rule, and as soon as he is able to communicate, federal officials say that he will be questioned by a special interrogation team. Now, whether officials will go one step further and hold him as an enemy combatant remains to be seen. If that were the case, he would be tried outside of the civil justice system. And that certainly leads to another big question surrounding the investigation. What charges will be brought against Tsarnaev? U.S. Attorney Carmen Ortiz has declined to articulate the nature of the charges her offices will be bringing here, and importantly, whether the death penalty will be brought against him. Remember, Massachusetts does not have the death penalty, and so if they were to bring that charge against him, federal prosecutors will need to vet the case. That can often be a months-long process. Also, remember, all death penalty cases will require a second trial, so again, extending any final conviction. Finally, the aftermath of the bombing is raising several questions about the FBI and also Homeland Security. The investigation so far has showed that the older brother who was killed in this tragedy, Tamerlan Tsarnaev, was flagged by the Russian government. In fact, they asked the FBI to go and question him in 2011. At the time, the FBI said it did not find any evidence of terrorist activity. But importantly, there was no follow-up after Tsarnaev's trip to Russia in 2012. That certainly, Betty, will be an issue that's going to be very highly scrutinized.